the temple without understanding anything about it. I didn't like it. And I had this trouble in the doctrine I'm learning, I'm reading and studying. And there are things that are really bothering me. I'm learning about this polygamy history, and I'm learning more about Joseph Smith. I'm now in law school. Monroe McKay, teaching contract law, is where I came to realize what covenants and promises are and how they came from the beginning of time by honors, by shake your hand to make a promise and a covenant, by symbolic ways to explain it. And I'm sitting in contract class in law school going, that's amazing. I'm going back to the temple because that's where those principles, the basic foundation of that is what lays the foundation for all the contract law, all this lawyer study about covenants, breaching covenants, hit me in law school with these amazing professors. But they knew so much of the doctrine. He got me over a hurdle that I needed at that moment that got me through something where I was critical and thinking of a little piece of the puzzle and not seeing the big puzzle.
So you're saying that the temple ordinance is the endowment. It's not just something Joseph Smith made up or stole from Freemasonry. It's actually rooted in something much
more historic, much more from the foundations and beginning of time when God created this planet and the plan and the doctrine of Christ.
Let's go back just a little bit. If that first Pharaoh sought earnestly to imitate that order established in the days of the first patriarchal reign, even the reign of Adam, Abraham says the covenant that he wanted to be part of began with Adam. Well, if it began with Adam, the concept is going to show up in these ancient cultures. Well, the blessing that's given in this ritual embrace in Egypt that we'll see in every temple, it means to give, bestow, or endow. It says, my beloved, I'm endowing you. And then it says Ankh, which is the symbol or the word for immortality, eternal life. And then it says Jed, most will translate it stability or endurance. But that stability or endurance has to do with the dynasty. It's having to do with posterity. And then it says Was, which means priesthood, power, and authority. And then it says Seneb, and Seneb is bodily health. So it says, my beloved, I endow thee and thy posterity with immortality, eternal life, priesthood, power, and eternal health. And that's what's being said in every ritual embrace. So they are earnestly imitating that covenant that Adam received. And you can see this in the very first blessing that Adam gets. God blessed them and said unto them, be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue the earth, have dominion. And Joseph Smith said that dominion given to Adam and Eve was priesthood power. So Abraham is saying, I got my covenant blessing, same blessing that Adam got. We can see it with Adam, and we can see it in Egypt. And so in that ritual embrace, which the Pharaoh has to embrace the God before he can go into the presence of God and claim himself to be exalted. He has to do that. And so at the Karnak temple, the columns that stand right in front of the Holy of Holies has that ritual embrace on them. 6 on each column, 12 times, a total of 12 times. This concept, or what I would call the Abrahamic covenant, lies at the foundation of the Egyptian religion. Throughout time, I mean, it was brought down and it was put in the very first pyramid texts, which are the oldest religious texts that you find in Egypt, which are closer to Adam and Noah and Ham than any other texts.